In Carlton Place, people have been taking their licks in this old building on the banks of the Mississippi for years. It's a favorite ice cream stop, once called the Parlor Shop, now familiar to all as Chill Outs.
Gonna get them away? We're getting ready to play. Hi, Dad. Stop.
Joyce and Mac Knowles are the owners and are getting ready to reopen in a couple of weeks.
I love ice cream. We all did. So we had a chance to start this store, so we just went for it. And we scooped about, I think it was 22,000 cones last summer. It was a good summer.
We must get tiger tail for the children
and some sherbets, rainbow sherbet.
Maple walnut for the older people. We'll be all set.
And all we need is some warm weather to go with it.
Right.
Until the scooping starts up again, Mac will happily work away at his other part-time business. And for him, the sound of this venture is even sweeter than his cash register ringing steadily on a hot summer's day.
This is a pedal steel guitar. It has 10 strings on this neck, 10 strings on that neck, and a bunch of foot pedals along the bottom, and a few knee pedals that help you to get your tunes. The floor pedals operate a series of cams and levers there, and it will change a note like. And there's knee pedals that do the opposite, like that. And with those sort of things, and you have the bar here, of course. It's a steel bar that use, and most people use picks. I just don't use picks, that's all. I'd rather grow my own.
Now, it looks tricky to play. Is it hard to play?
Yeah, I play violin, banjo, regular guitar, various other things. This is the worst. This is the worst. With both feet, takes both feet, both hands, and both knees. And you don't have time for much else. In fact, sometimes you lose track of what else is being played at the same time. Yeah, it's a busy instrument.
But this long-time musician doesn't stop at playing pedal steel. He's also one of a handful of people in the world who makes them.
I played in a band in the 70s that we had a steel player, and he was a steel player that used to play for Loretta Lynn. And he had this guitar, and I loved the sound of this thing, but I couldn't afford one, you know, lots of children. Groceries to buy, so I said, I'm going to make one. So I took his guitar home one weekend and measured it, every piece, and I made one to match it. It took a whole winter. They have to be made very strong. This one has 14 strings, and that equates out to something over 1,000 pounds, 1,200 pounds pull on the neck at all times, so it has to be pretty rigid. And the biggest problem with these guitars, of course, is to keep them in tune. And with all these knee pedals and foot pedals going up and down all the time and moving all these cams, everything has to get back to normal as soon as you let the pedals go. And this is a continuing problem, which makes the steel guitar player a bit of a mechanic as well.
And are they expensive?
Yeah. They're quite expensive. The cheapest guitar that's usable is around $1,000, and they go up to around $4,000.
Mac also crafts his own acoustic guitars and collects a variety of vintage models, including some that reveal how the pedal steel evolved.
Here's an interesting guitar. It's an old Hawaiian-type steel guitar, the forerunner of the pedal steel guitar. It has a different sound, kind of a sleepy sound. It goes... I like this. This is a dobro guitar. Similar type of slide guitar, also sort of a forerunner to the pedal steel guitar. Invented in the 30s by the Dopra brothers in East Tennessee. It was a standard in the bluegrass bands and still is. And there are a lot of good players around, and it has a unique kind of a nutty sound. I like the sound of this thing.
But Mac Knowles' true love is the pedal steel, and after building each one, it's always nice to test it out in the company of fellow musician and son, Rick.
This is such a challenge that I feel that I'll always be learning things on this and never catch up.
So you'll be playing it forever?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I love it.